Alright, well, I guess I'm gonna get started here and work on stuff. So I think last week I had made this pattern and made some repairs on a mask. This time I'm going to be pinning. So, and then maybe do some mask work, depending on how much time I've got to play with. Seeing how I was supposed to do this yesterday, but ended up watching Rurouni Kenshin: The Legend Ends. Being a big Rurouni Kenshin fan, that was really thin. Okay, so okay, so I'm just trying to figure out logistics of this and see what I can do. Okay. That's actually plenty of cloth for that. That's good. And what I'm going to do is this is going to slide off the table. So wait. Okay. This should hold it. So yeah, working on Inishi, doing some pinning, realizing I need to talk to be entertaining at all. Did not stream yesterday because I was watching Rurouni Kenshin: The Legend Ends, because I'm a big Rurouni Kenshin fan. That's why. And then so today we are doing the stream now and working on cosplay. Alright, I don't want to waste too much fabric. So actually, there. This here. Get that there. So there's that. And what I'm going to do is just pin. Where's the pins? Pins. So now I'm just going to pin it. Not exciting. And I should move my camera angle. Right about there. Okay. I just noticed a comment. It wasn't coming up on my stream. It was actually coming on a stream that was shared. Did I enjoy Rurouni Kenshin? I enjoyed the first movie. The second movie was alright. I can see why they did what they did. The third movie, as a movie, it was good. From a film perspective, they could have made certain things longer. They could have made certain things shorter. They should have added certain things. They should have taken things out. I have very mixed feelings about the third movie. But the first movie is phenomenal. The second movie is not bad. The third movie is okay. I will say this. I do have this live stream shared. I can't see any messages on where it's shared. So if you want to give me, if you want more immediate interaction, go to my cosplay page and you can interact with me much faster there because I can see it on the chat here. So, like I said, I'm testing something out here to see if I can get a wider audience. But yeah, pinning, right, that's what I've been trying to do these past 10 minutes. Alright. As I try to pin this at a very awkward angle. Okay. It is. Okay, so it is there. Okay. So I don't really need to pin this too tightly since I'm just cutting fabric. The nice thing is I am going to be doing this twice because I said in the last stream, as I mentioned, front and back are the same. So, yay for that. I'm just going to check something over here real quick. Okay. So I'm not going to spoil the movie. I'm not really going to say anything about it except for my own opinion, which was asked in a comment. Hope I'm doing this right. Painting's very boring, but it has to be done, otherwise it's not going to be accurate to your pattern. And I'm singing a song. No one really to interact with, so it makes it even more boring. Let's see, what can I talk about? while I am pinning. Ruby Volume 4. The trailer for that came out. For me, nothing new or exciting. It was the same trailer that I had shown at RTX, which I went to, which was a lot of fun. I highly recommend it. I released an AMV. Hope you guys enjoy it. Just go to my YouTube channel, check it out. Or if you want to check out a more awesome AMVer, go check out the one that Saying Girl released earlier today. She puts my stuff to shame. And I may, time allows for it, go work on patterning the pants, because I actually got a chance to talk to my friend Luna, who's a really good sewer and cosplayer, and she gave me some useful advice and tips for making pants. Probably pin it here. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and do something real quick. Okay. So, sorry about that. I realized what I was trying to do earlier to kind of broaden the audience was actually failing miserably. And so I had to end that so that I could actually get, and yeah, now I have an audience. So at least now I can see the audience. Before I couldn't see the audience. And if I can't see the audience, I can't interact with them. Yes, pinning, so exciting. But where was I talking about? I was talking about something I totally forgot. Oh yes, if there's time allowance, I will work on pants. That did not go through the cloth. Okay. If not, then I'll just do it next week. So, as I said, I'm only going to be doing an hour at a time. If I end up going more than an hour, cool. If not, I'm not going to freak out over it. Probably don't need this many pins for cutting out the cloth, but I could be wrong. Pinning for the win, yes. Pin it to win it. So yes, yes, the plan is to pin the cloth, not pin the cloth, pin the pattern, cut out the cloth. Hopefully I can do front and back today. Actually, I'm going to just leave that. I'm actually going to leave that. I'm actually going to be giving myself a lot of seam allowance, but that's okay because I can always take away. I just can't add. So, oh, let me pin this part up here. Come on. There we go. Feel free to ask questions. That'll actually make me do stuff and talk and whatnot. But yes, so I think the plan is pin all this, cut it out, do it again for the back. And then if there's time, because it seems like this is taking more time, taking quite an amount of time, work on the mask. So that should do it. So yeah, I even brought this is the prototype that I made a couple of years back. Or not a couple of years back. Like a year or two back. This is the prototype. And that's the real deal. That's the one that I will be utilizing. So you can see there's a significant difference in size. So we'll see how that goes. But that will be for later if I have time. Like I said, all of this is in zero rush. I have thankfully no con crunch to deal with. So yeah. Fabric scissors. Regular scissors. If you see me using this for something that I should be using this, please yell at me. And if you see me using this for when I should be using this, I don't think you yell at me, but I think you'd be stern with me. But yes, if I use this for something that's supposed to be with this, kill me. No, don't kill me. Yell at me. There. Luckily, this is a tank top, so I don't have to worry about sleeves. Yay! Alright, that's the front or the back. Thankfully it doesn't really matter, since this is going to be pretty much a symmetrical piece of clothing. I'm thinking I used way too many pins, so when I do the next part, when I do this again, I won't have to use as many pins. Yes, if you are ever going to do cosplay, start simple. I mean, you could go complex, just it's gonna be a lot more stressful, I suppose. Because this is my first, yay! And you all get to see me fail utterly as I chronicle my adventures. Ta-da! And there we go. That is roughly what it's going to look like, one would hope. Alright. So this was the article of clothing that I used to make the pattern. And I gave myself... Oh, okay, well, I suppose. Alright, well, I hope this works, because I don't know how much more room I got for mistakes. Well, I got room for one mistake. I got room to make maybe one mistake. Maybe. I should have, let's see here. Just curious about something. Yep. Oh man. Okay, so I might have been able to have done it this way as opposed to this way. But at the same time, I did it this way. Nope, I was right doing it this way. Even though I could have gotten more out this way, yeah, I did the pattern this way. I could have done it this way. Doing it this way would have allotted me more room to make more mistakes on this, but he has blue stripe on his pants, and if I did it this way I would not have had any fabric left. Yeah, so I'm okay. Okay. And now we do this all over again. Yay, pinning. Yeah, I might as well talk about this. My next con that I will be attending will probably be... No, wait, take that back. Okay, so cons coming up. Let's talk about that. AUSA, which is in about later this month. I will be going, but not as an attendee. I'll be actually working a table. So there's that. The next con I go to after that will maybe be MagFest in January. Since it is local to me, I may just go to hang out. Not sure if I'll cosplay. After that will be KatsuCon. I think I may go to Anamore, because that's in Baltimore. And I may just meet up some Baltimore friends there. I will be going to ZenkaiCon. I missed last year because things were just crazy and I started a new job. But I will be going this year. Part of that is because I saved some money by not going to another con. I was planning on going to NecoCon, but things kind of got crazy and everyone I was supposed to room with could no longer afford it. So I was stuck with a room by myself. So I decided to cut my losses, cancel the room, and say I will just miss out on NecoCon this year. If I do go, I may only go for like a day or two. I won't go the whole thing, so I may go like Saturday. So I doubt I will be going to NecoCon, just because I'm trying to save money by not spending an entire hotel room to myself, despite how cheap it was. I'm a little bitter about it, but at the same time, everyone had their reasons, and their reasons were legit. So I can't be upset about that. It's just kind of, oh well, I'll have to roll with it. So no NecoCon for me this year, more than likely. If I do go, it'll only be for like Saturday. That said, it saves me money and assures me that I will go to ZenkaiCon and Animore, which I think in the long run is kind of cool because I give up one con, but I get 2 cons in return. So there's that. So that's my con schedule in the foreseeable future. So attending wise, I'm done for this year then. So attending wise, it would be Animore, MagFest, ZenkaiCon, and to a lesser degree Katsucon. I'll actually be working a table for that, but at the same time, it's local, so I'll probably be able to do some stuff. I'm actually shooting to finish the new Atom mask, the light up Atom mask for that. So we'll see how that goes. If not, that's fine. I still have my regular mask, which I'm very happy with. I think if anything, the light up mask, I would say, if I can for Katsucon, great, but more than likely RTX, which I'm really excited for. The feels of RTX. Yes. And then I really wish I could go back to RTX Australia. I had so much fun with that. But unfortunately, it's expensive. And not really RTX in itself. RTX was not necessarily the hotel, the badge is nothing compared to the flight. The flight is what's the most demanding financially. Because I could probably get off work for RTX Australia. I was able to go last year because I was actually in between jobs. And I actually was in Australia when I got a job. So actually, so basically this is what happened. Applied for a job in November. Got the interview in December. While I was in Australia in January, I got a phone call with the job offer. And then I started the job in February, which I still have to this day. It's a great job. I love my job. It's so much fun. My coworkers and I all get along. It's great. Love it. But when their HR department called me to offer me the job, it's business hours here. Normal business hours here. But I was in Australia. There's a significant time difference. It was actually 3 in the morning. And so I'm like half awake. And then I realized I missed a phone call. So I listened to the message and it's a job offer. And I'm like, oh crap. Luckily, they called back and I was able to answer. And they were like, all right, well, we need you to give you this information. Do you have a pen and paper to write it down? And I'm like, no, but let me find one. So I'm stumbling through my friend's house, looking for pen and paper. Unfortunately, everyone in the house is a light sleeper, and I end up waking them all up. And I felt really bad about it. But they gave me a pen and paper. I write all the information down. Next morning, they're like, what was that all about? And I'm like, I got a job offer. I'm really sorry waking up. Like, it was worth it. And we had a good laugh about it. So yeah, that was an adventure in Australia. And this is all pinned. That went faster than last time. Alright. Oh, something doesn't feel right. And it's because it's not lined up to this bottom edge, which is nice and smooth and straight. What am I gonna do? Did I... It's a little misaligned. But I haven't pinned any, I haven't cut anything, but I feel like I need to, for my sanity, we're going to unpin this and repin it. I don't know if it matters or not, but I'm going to do it. So, but yes, RTX Australia, if I could go back, I so would. The only thing that's really stopping me is airline ticket, because it's kind of on the pricey side. I could probably afford it, but at the same time, I'm trying to save money. Okay, that makes me feel a little bit better. Oh, wait a minute. That's why the pattern's flipped. Pattern was backwards. I don't think it makes much of a difference, but I'm going to be a little bit of obsessive about it. Okay. Now we're going to repin, and then we can cut. Who knows? Maybe I'll change my mind and actually go to RTX Australia. I'm sure all my Australian friends that I made down there would enjoy that. And this time, unlike last time, I can actually bring my Wilton Blush. So I didn't bring Wilton Blush to RTX Australia because I didn't have the right carrying case to travel with such a prop. Now I do. So if I want to go to Australia, I could have Wilton Blush this time. So it felt kind of weird not having Wilton Blush. Cosplaying as Adam at Australia. But I did meet a fun Blake, Angel's cosplay. I'll link her stuff in the dump later. We had fun. We actually did a shoot. You got free photo shoot while you're at RTX, which was really cool. At RTX Australia, not at RTX, but they provided a free photo shoot for like 2 or 3 pictures. So she and I did it. We had a lot of fun with it, and actually it's this picture that got featured in Cospix, which was really awesome. And it's actually, yeah. So, there's a lot of good adventures, a lot of good times in Australia. I do want to go back, so if I don't go back this year, I will definitely make an effort next year. And to all my Australian friends out there, you can hold me to that. By then we would have finished Ruby Volume 5. Wow. That's crazy. I'm actually getting good at pinning faster now. Tempted to do, see, I've actually, yeah, okay. No, this one, okay. Cutting of the fabric. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and give myself a little bit breather room just because I'm being a little bit paranoid. So I'm going to give myself a little bit more seam allowance for this piece than the other piece. So now this is just sleeves, so I can just do that. That's fine. Alright, and that is front and back. Hopefully I didn't screw this up. So, and then we do this. Okay. Alright, well, if I screwed this up, I screwed this up. Hopefully I didn't. But I'm going to do the sewing part of this next time. How are we doing on time? Wow, okay, that took the actual almost whole hour to do that. Wow. I may do another stream later in the week because of that. Because I did not realize pinning and cutting of cloth takes that long. Oh. No, I'm actually going to keep going for a little bit longer. Just for shits and giggles. What am I going to do? I'm going to, where's the tape? Okay. Roll of tape. I'm going to move you in close. I'm going to work on this mask here. Because what I need to do is test how opaque this piece of cardstock is. Hopefully you didn't see that. I will have to edit that out later. So I'm just going to do this real quick. Card's envelope, but it's thin. And I'm hoping that I can utilize this as kind of a light shield. So that way, when I turn on the lights, it won't shine all the way through this because this is actually pretty translucent. So we have to find ways to block the light. I think we'll just do this and then call it a night. That took way longer than I expected with the pinning. And I can't see anything through this. That's good. So this will make a good shield. Okay. So yeah, did not realize it was gonna take that long to do, and maybe I'll do something later this week to make up for this very boring stream of me pinning and cutting cloth. So, alright. Thanks everyone for coming, and I'll see you next time. Okay, so last night I only did pinning and cutting out fabric, and that took an hour, longer than I expected. So impromptu stream, I did mention last night that I was thinking about doing something later in the week. Well, it's later in the week, and I felt like I could have kept going, and I didn't, so I'm gonna keep going now because, well, I just didn't feel like I accomplished it much yesterday, so I want to feel some sense of accomplishment. So I'm going to work on some Atom Mask and maybe some in-issue stuff. So here we go. So basically what I'm going to be doing is working on mask stuff. So we have the mask, and we do have red lighting, but we're going to... it's red even when it's not lit up. So the workaround for that is actually a red film. And so what I got to do is I'm going to do a lining of the inside with the red film, and then we'll put that opaque backing on there. And yeah. This is actually, this red film is actually stuff you use for gift wrapping. Like you put it over like an Easter basket, and then you take a hair dryer and it shrinks to heat, sort of. But that's not what we're using it for. We're using it for light filtration and whatnot. And I actually don't need too much. And I'm going to be really rough with it. I don't need to be exact. I can be a little bit wasteful with this stuff. Part of the reason why I picked this stuff was because I can actually see through it. Because when I made the prototype, that was a thing. And so, there you go, just like that. That's a little bit lighter than I would like, so what I'll probably do is layer it up. So I'll probably put another layer of this stuff on there to get the red to pop out a little bit more. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that out now. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, just was not expecting pinning to take forever. But then this is my first time doing the sewing aspects of cosplay, so learning experience. Props, on the other hand, I like props. Props are fun. So you can see how light that is, and then if I add a second layer to it, and static electricity, all the static. And that looks, yeah, see, that looks a lot richer in the red as opposed to one sheet. Yeah, there you go. That's one sheet. That's another sheet. So I'm tempted to do another layer. We'll see. Easiest way to do that is actually do that. Oh, who am I kidding? Like I said, I don't mind wasting this stuff. Yes, I know I'm much better with 2 because I was actually aiming for 2. I knew it was going to be very light on 1. But I'm going to see if maybe 3 or 4 make it even richer. So let's go with 3. Let's see how that looks. Looks about the same with 2. Let's take a look at that again. That's 2. No, I think maybe 3 would be better. Nope. And since I do have a 4th sheet, we can always try 4 just for the hay of it. Oh, we're going with 4. We're going with 4. That's a much richer red. That's 4 sheets, yeah. I don't want to make it too thick though, because then the light won't be able to penetrate as well. But we're definitely doing 4 sheets. Alright, so what I need to do is glue this down. It's going to be a little bit tricky because we have a non-porous item. Well, actually this has got some pores to it. It's got a roughness to it. So here's to hoping it'll likely do well. But this is not porous, so we'll see how that goes. I'm just putting on some glue. Trying to be relatively generous with it, but at the same time you don't want to put too much because then it'll just get messy. And then I've got this really crappy brush that I'm just going to use to spread the glue around. That way everything sticks and there's no such nice even coat, so everything sticks nice and clean to it. One thing, actually, it's a little bit premature because I kind of decided to do this earlier today, but I got to get all the paperwork first, so hype, suspenseful hype, being very vague, but I'm going to try and do a thing. I don't know exactly when I'm going to do it, but I am going to attempt to do something inspired by a friend, to do some charity stuff, charity work, as it were. Raise some money. Once I figure out the details to it all, I'll let you guys know more, and then you can spread the word and help out and donate for the charity stuff that I plan on doing later. Oh, that's not looking good. Okay. Would it be easier? I'm actually just gluing on the first sheet and then using static electricity for the other sheets. You know what? This may not work as well as I'd like. Oh, wait, that might be it. Because I'm actually relying on that opaque shield to hold everything together. And luckily, Elmer's glue dries clear, so once this does dry up a bit, I can deal with that better. I suppose good enough. So again, yeah, and then once the glue dries, I will trim off all the excess. Alright, so I've got actually a lot of people in the stream now. 3 looks better. Yes, if you should start working on stuff depending on when your con is. The sooner your con is, the sooner you should probably be working on your stuff. Alright, so I have that taken care of, and I'm going to just put that aside for now. And then what was I going to do? Yes, I'm going to go ahead and at least cut out some of this cardboard because I was going to use it for the opaque light shield since it tested so well the other day. And actually I can use these guys as a reference. So I don't accidentally So I'll let that glue dry, and as that glue's drying I can work on other stuff. Like I'm just cutting this out. I'm not even going to be doing anything with it, really. Just cutting it out. Working on multiple projects is good because if you're waiting for things to dry, you can always move on to your next project and work on that instead. So that way you are constantly doing something and not sitting on your butt waiting. Alright, so there's that. You know what? I'm going to... Yeah, I should probably do that. Get the... went to the store today, got me some 9-volt connectors, so I don't have to keep jury-rigging something to test stuff out. So now I'm going to do this. I got 2 types because I'm experimenting of connectors. I got these nice little soft ones, but the wiring is in the middle. And then there's these heavy duty snap connectors that I got. It's hard plastic, but as you see, it's off to the side. So we're going to see which one I like more. I'm guessing it really won't matter. Just really depends on how I want to do stuff. So in order for this to work properly, I gotta get my solders. So I'm gonna have to solder some stuff together. Because 9 volt by itself 9 volt by itself won't light the LEDs on this. It's not strong enough. Because these LEDs run on 12 volts. So at 9 volts, you have more than enough voltage to power them. How do I want to do this? Do I want to do it that way? Nope. I want to do it that way. I'm going to use these hard ones first. And actually, I don't really need to solder, because I can just do this. Then blind myself. It's another thing about LEDs. You gotta make sure they're on the right polarity. You can't just hook them up. Or, come on. Ta-da! Blind myself. So yeah. Now I have a jury-rig battery tester for the lights, as opposed to what I was doing before. So I'm waiting for that to dry. Cut out that. Probably have to do that. So, well, okay. Back to pinning. Yay. I'm not a fan of this pinning stuff. But what I'm going to do is pin these, pin this all together. Here we go. I'm going to pin that all together and then test fit it to see if I cut this all properly. Because glue takes a while to dry. So, yeah. So I probably won't be, you know what, let's switch to the wide angle. Okay. Alright, so I probably won't be doing much until next week, until next stream on Monday. So that, because by then the glue will be dry. If I do anything, I'll post it and whatnot. And seeing how Hurricane Matthew will be here this weekend, keeping us all locked up inside, I may do something on the weekend, who knows. Yeah, you know what? Maybe some of you out there that cosplay we'll do like a group Skype session and just work on our cosplays. And just understand that I may record it for later blackmail. I mean, usage. So if you're interested in doing maybe a video chat cosplay party, let me know. And we'll try to organize something just so we can all stay connected and occupied during the impending hurricane this weekend. And if you are in Florida right now, please be safe. Because I do know I do have a few friends down there, and I love my friends very much, and I want them to be safe so I can see them again. This in the chat. You're down for blackmail. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and switch back to my... I'm going to now call it the tape cam because I put this phone into a roll of tape. And now you guys can get close-up looks. You don't see my ugly mug in the camera shot, but that's okay because it's an ugly mug. Oops. There we go. So now you get to see me do this up close and personal. Will be so I'm not going to sew this. Just want to at least pin it so I can do a test fit, make sure everything's going okay, since waiting on glue to dry, which will take a while. That won't be ready until tomorrow. I usually give glue at least an overnight sit to set properly. You don't want to rush glue. It's a pain in the butt. And the reason why it's kind of curling up like that is because I made one piece slightly larger than the other. Because I wasn't too sure if I was giving myself enough space. So I'm living with that consequence. Tomorrow I will post both this stream and last night's stream. I will post tomorrow on my YouTube channel. So if you didn't get a chance to see the live stream, you at least have a chance to see it again. Although I think Facebook allows you to save it anyways, but it adds content to my YouTube channel. And most people do it anyways. So it's not that big a deal. That being said, I am contemplating trying YouTube's live stream capabilities, because I know they have it. So in the not too distant future, I may try YouTube's live stream as opposed to Facebook's. Alright, so this is actually pinned the way I want it. Move back to Netflix, because I accidentally hit the end button while I was moving the camera. So, with my t-shirt on, we're going to put this on without trying to poke myself, because that's what I'm most concerned about. As I'd probably look like an idiot trying to put this on. Trying not to poke myself, because I can feel the pins. Yep, that's a pin. Okay, well, it's longer than I need it to be. I can always fix that with hemming. And now, my live stream folks, you are just going to be using us. Okay, so, but this is all going to get hemmed up. Yeah, I would say that works. Fits, for the most part. Probably be easier to... Yeah, so... There's your first pinprick! That's smarts. Yeah, I'm actually kind of glad I gave myself that extra space on that one piece, because this actually, it's not bad, but there we go. There's the shirt, so I know that it fits. And now I got to get myself out of this, and I'm going to do that by just taking out the pins, as opposed to trying to take this off. Yeah, I'm pretty pleased with it myself. So now that I know that it pretty much fits, I'll probably want to sew this all up. But not just yet, because I want to probably do some hemming on it. I could probably take this off now, but I'm going to take some precautions. Okay. Ah. Okay. And then right. So yeah, I probably will leave the cloth as is. And then be done with that. And then what I'll probably do is repin this later off stream, just because it's boring and I don't think you guys want me to see me pinning stuff again. But before I think I'm going to do all that, he does have 3 kind of silverish rectangles on his shirt, so I may want to add those later. I don't know if I'm going to add them before I sew it all up, or before or after I sew it all up. I don't know. Gotta figure out how I want to do that. But now I feel a bit more accomplished. What time is it? I started at 7. It's 7:40-ish. So I think for this bonus impromptu 2.5 stream, I'm going to go ahead and call it, because yesterday, as I said, all I did was pin a pattern to the cloth and cut these pieces out, and to me that just didn't feel like I did enough. So, and I said I would do something later in the week. Here we are the next day, actually, because it was just eating at me. And so we've cut out some red film, measured it out, tested how many we needed, no longer have to jury rig my battery tester, and test fitted the shirt. So I will be posting both last night and this night's stream tomorrow, same time, 7 o'clock. And then we'll go back to our regular scheduling, live streams on Monday at 7, and then posting this stuff onto my YouTube Thursday at 7. All of this at Eastern Standard Time. If you're anywhere else in the world, it's GMT -5, I think it is. So thanks for swinging by for this impromptu one, and I'll see you guys next time. All right, bye.